Hi, I'm Sean Gannon and this is minutemath, and today we're going to learn about adding and subtracting radical expressions. So if I was given this expression, negative 2 times the square root of 20 plus 2 times the square root of 18 minus 2 times the square root of 5. Okay? Well, what I want to do here now is I'm going to try to break down each one of these square roots into its simplest form. So we have the negative 2 here, and the 20, I know I can break down to be 4 times 5. I know I can do 2 and 10, and 1 and 20, but 4 times 5, the reason why I'm choosing that is I know I can take the square root of 4. Just evenly, so we have 4 times 5 right there instead of 20. Now the square root of 18, I know I can break down to be 2 and 9, and we're 9 and 2, and because I know I can take the square root of 9, that's kind of my goal. So I have 9 times 2 right there instead of 18. Minus 2. And the square root of 5 cannot simplify anymore. So now let's go break it apart. Each one of these square roots that's multiplied inside the 4 times 5, I can break it apart to have the square root to each one individually and multiply them afterwards. So we have minus 2 times the square root of 4 times the square root of 5 plus 2, same thing here, square root of 9 times the square root of 2 minus 2 times the square root of 5. So now let's simplify this. Square root of 4 is just a 2, so we have minus 2 times a 2 times the square root of 5 plus 2 times square root of 9, which is 3, times the square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 5. Alright, so now let's simplify a little more. Negative 2 times 2 is a minus 4, so we have minus 4 square root of 5 plus 2 times 3 is 6 square root of 2, and then we just have a minus 2 square root of 5 over here. Okay. So now we can combine the ones that have the same square roots. Those are the square roots of 5. So we have a negative 4 square root of 5 and a minus 2 square root of 5. We looked at the negative 4 and the minus 2. That comes up to be negative 6. So we have a negative 6 here, square root of 5, plus 6 square root of 2. The square root of 2 is just by itself. There's nothing else to combine it. And so then our final answer here is just that negative 6 square root of 5 plus 6 square root of 2. So let's recap. We're given negative 2 square root of 20 plus 2 square root of 18 minus 2 square root of 5. I try to break down each one of my square roots as much as possible. 20 was 4 times 5, and 18 was 9 times 2. We then separated both of them to have the square roots of each number individually, and then we multiply them. Okay. Then square root of 4 was just a 2, and square root of 9 was a 3. And then negative 2 times 2 was negative 4, and 2 times 3 was 6. So here we had negative 4 times square root of 5 plus 6 square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 5. We can combine the square roots that had the same square root, which is square root of 5. We looked at the numbers out in front, negative 4 and minus 2, which together gave us that minus 6 square root of 5. And then we just brought in the square root of 2, the 6 square root of 2. So again, that final answer here is just negative 6 times the square root of 5 plus 6 square root of 2.